Hi Laura,
Hola Ernie, ¿qué tal? ¿Me escuchas?
sí te escucho y te veo. ¿Cómo vas?
Bien, por aquí llegando de la playa. Hemos tenido unos días súper bonitos en Estocolmo.
Qué bueno.
Imagínate, son las 10 de la noche y hasta ahora con sol y 26 grados.
Mm, Ve, por eso te ves toda costeña.
Sí, imagínate.
Ah, qué bueno.
Estoy hasta bronceadita.
Eso está bien. Yo pensé que ibas a venir a acompañar a tu papá a Cali.
No, Ernie, no pude viajar ahora en el verano porque tengo programado el viaje a Colombia para diciembre.
Mm,
Y pues sale muy caro viajar 2 veces al año porque esos billetes son bastante costosos y además con lo de la pandemia y todo, yo tenía la esperanza de viajar ya cuando tenga la vacuna.
¿No te han vacunado?
No, mira que acabamos súper lento con el proceso.
Yo ya estoy vacunado 2 veces.
Ay, qué rico, ¿te pusieron la Pfizer?
Pfizer. Dos
Qué
veces.
bueno, Ernie, eso me alegra mucho, me imagino que estás feliz.
Ah, no, pero para mí nada cambió. Yo sigo en mi casa, salgo muy poco, mucho más ahorita que llega esa Delta, creo que se llama, ¿no?
Sí,
Y yo le tengo pavor a eso, entonces no, salgo muy poco.
pues acá te cuento que tenemos ya la Delta y tenemos la Delta Plus también, o Delta Plus en inglés. Y está pues también bastante complejo, pero el problema es que en la sociedad en Suecia nunca cerraron ni nada, entonces la gente se lo ha tomado como muy a la ligera.
Sí, acá también, todo el mundo anda como si nada, y mira que estamos eh, como con promedio de 650 muertos diarios en Colombia.
Ay, eso es un montón de gente.
Sí, ¿no? Y mucha gente se contagia a diario. Aquí en Bogotá está terrible,
¿Y cómo va el
terrible.
tema de la vacunación allá, Ernie?
Ya van 17, bueno, hasta el día que yo me vacuné, que fue el domingo pasado, ¿no? Eh, Iban 17 millones de personas que se han vacunado por lo menos una vez, ¿no? Y 9 que se han vacunado 2 veces, ¿no?
Ok.
O sea, de esos 17, 9 se han vacunado 2 veces.
¿Por qué grupos de edad van ya?
De 30 a 40.
Ok. Ah, acá también van
Sí.
de 30 a 40 y a mí, pues yo tengo 25, entonces todavía me toca esperar. Parece que me va a tocar en agosto.
Bueno, pero yo pensé que como son tan avanzados en Suecia, yo dije, no, están vacunados desde diciembre.
No, Ernie, mira que no. Ojalá, porque realmente, pues a mí me gusta mucho viajar y pues ha sido todo un proceso porque no, pues uno no se atreve. Yo desde que empezó la pandemia no he salido de Estocolmo.
Yo desde que empezó la pandemia no he salido de mi casa.
Ernie, ¿en serio?
¿En serio?
¿Y a mercar y eso?
Ah, no. Bueno, pido todo a domicilio. Gracias a
Ok,
Dios, el domicilio ahorita en Bogotá está como en las mejores ciudades del mundo.
ok.
Aquí tú pides una aguja y si quieres pagar el domicilio, la aguja te llega, ¿no? Sí, todo.
¿Con Rappi?
No, yo no uso mucho Rappi, pero todo el mundo está teniendo domicilios propios
Ok.
y los uso mucho, mucho. La ropa la he pedido así, unos tenis, a veces que compro cosas de sonido, todo me llega aquí, todo.
Ah, mira.
Lo único que sí salgo es a sacar los perros, especialmente el grande.
Bueno, y que tienes que salir también, aunque sea a caminar y recibir algo de aire, Ernie, porque
Ah,
estar en
eso
la casa
sí.
todo el tiempo, Dios, uno se enloquece.
Oh, yo tengo mucho que hacer aquí.
Ernie, yo también, pero no sé, a mí me cuesta mucho, la verdad, y eso que yo pensaría que uno acá está un poco más acostumbrado porque en el invierno igual a uno le toca estar en casa, o sea, sí o sí,
Yo,
pero a mí sí me ha costado mucho trabajo.
no, yo estoy dichoso. Mira que tengo alumnos en Washington, en Miami, en Sao Paulo, en México. Se me han multiplicado, estoy con 22 alumnos, ¿no? Eso es,
No, ¿22 personas se van a conectar ahora?
no todos se conectan, pero por lo menos unos cuantos.
Ernie.
Bueno, eh, entonces me la paso mucho haciéndoles cosas. Por ejemplo, no solamente satisfecho con el foro, sino que también me inventé hace dos veces el Reading Club. Entonces estamos leyendo cosas de literatura y
Ay, qué
ese no
cool.
es, como ese no es mi fuerte, me toca estudiar.
Qué chévere. ¿Y qué tipo de libros están leyendo?
No, short stories. Ya leímos una que se llama The Metro.
Ok.
Después leímos otra que se llamaba The Lottery. ¿No?
Ok.
Y ahorita estamos leyendo una de Edgar Allan Poe, que es la de, el Black Cat. ¿No? Que hoy en día, Laurita, hoy en día no leemos, y me incluyo. ¿Ves?
Yo
Yo leo
también.
noticias, yo leo reportes, yo leo esas cosas, ¿no? Pero de yo leer un libro,
Se han perdido los hábitos de lectura. Yo igual, Ernie, solamente la literatura de la universidad, pero he perdido el hábito de leer, o sea,
sí,
libros por placer. Es más que todo Netflix.
sí. Entonces me inventé eso, mis alumnos están muy contentos, ¿no? Están
Mm,
leyendo y son short stories, son 9 páginas. La primera sí fueron como 19, pero fue ok. Ok, let's switch into English. Okay, students, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Ernesto. Hi, everybody. How are
Hi,
you doing?
how are you? How are you, Emmanuel? Margarita?
Hi Ernesto, hi everyone.
Hello. Please say hi to Laura. She's here with us.
Hi.
And Angela, today we're going to have Laura, some new students, no, different than the ones in the last forum, because Angela, this is Laura's second forum. She already did one, no, and
Okay.
Angela, she lives in Chile,
oh, cool.
and she's going to make the next forum next Sunday is with Angela.
Which city do you live in, Angela?
In Santiago.
Oh, cool. I have a very good friend of mine who lives there.
Oh, really? But where is he from? Is he from Chile or is from?
She's actually from Temuco, so
Oh,
south
nice.
of Chile, but she lives in Santiago. She's studying there.
Oh.
We met in Australia. You'll be seeing some pictures of her
Oh.
later in my presentation. Yeah. Her name is Maria
Oh,
Jesus. She's lovely. She's actually my first Chilean friend. So
oh, really?
I have
Nice.
a very good impression of that country.
And you were studying English there in Australia? Or were you working there?
I was doing an exchange semester for my master's.
Oh, nice. What
Yeah.
were you studying?
I was studying international relations, diplomacy, and conflict studies.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool, very inspiring.
Yes.
What do you do in Chile?
I work here. I was working in, I work in a Chilean company here. I was working in a Chilean company in Colombia and they offered me a job here.
Oh,
So I've been living here around like 5 years, almost 5 years.
that's a very long time.
Yeah, it is. I didn't expect to stay that long.
Are you now used to all the Chilean different?
Words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still learning, it's like they still surprise me.
I can imagine.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Emmanuel, would you like to introduce? You remember Laura, don't you, Emmanuel?
I think I
Yes,
met him.
Okay, say hi, please.
I remember her. How are you, Laura?
Hi, Emerald. You were sitting with a girl the other day, right? It was two of you. Or am I confused?
No,
I don't know if
his wife.
Oh,
yes, I think that I was with my wife,
yeah.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there were two of you. That's why. Yeah.
Exactly. Your forums are very interesting.
Oh,
Thanks
cool.
for sharing your experience.
Thank you. Thank you, Manuel. How cool to hear.
Okay, and Margarita is, I don't know if she was last time. Margarita, you were in Laura's first.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
I'm apologize. I'm parking now.
What?
I'm parking. I'm parking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so park and I'll get to.
Have a bit problem with the space is very small for me.
Okay, So take it easy, park your car, and I'll be with you in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay? Okay, excellent. Okay, here we have other students that are new for Laura. Hello, Ana. Hello, Ana.
Ana, te estoy saludando.
Hello, Alejandro.
Hello, Nestor. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Where is Ana?
Ana is coming here.
Coming?
Is coming.
Okay. Okay, here we are with Laura. We're waiting for all the other students. Laura, you have to understand that today is Sunday, is 3 p.m., no? But they know that you are doing this, which I am very grateful with you, all of we, no? And everybody knows that for Laura, it's almost 10 p.m., no? Right?
Yeah, it's 11 past 10 actually.
Wow!
But it's fine, it's summer here and it's light outside, so I have lots of energy.
Okay. Okay, so imagine 11 p.m. No? Wow.
Yeah, almost. But it's totally fine, Ernie. As I told you, it's really summery and warm now. And I was actually just at the beach before, and I was telling Ernesto it's wonderful because we have 26 degrees. This is very unusual in Stockholm, and it's sunny even up to midnight. So yeah, I could enjoy the sun at the beach at this time. It was pretty cool.
Okay, excellent. Okay, do you guys listen to Laura's accent? You see, she doesn't have an accent, and she's Colombian. She's from Cali. No? So
Born and raised.
raised in Cali. So you see, it's possible to speak and have very good accent in English. Laura is an example. Okay.
I think you just have to practice a lot, and I watch a lot of series, so I think I get the accent from the series that I watch. Sometimes I get Scottish accent from Outlander, which is the latest I'm watching.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Okay, here is Ana. Ana and Alejandro, they are new too. Okay, their English is not very advanced, but they understand, and they are going to introduce themselves. Okay, so why don't you start, Ana? Please introduce yourself to Laura.
Porque llegaste tarde.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Good. I am Ana Milena. I am 42 years old. I'm happily married with Alejo. He's a very good man and makes me really happy. I am a business administrator, a specialist in strategic design management and master's degree in innovation. My experience has been development in the financial sector, in specifically banking. I have 18 years of experience. I work currently at Citibank. My principal hobbies are dancing and reading. Read, watch TV, sleep.
Okay, Ana. Very good.
Thank you. Where do you guys live?
In Bogota.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, your turn, Alejandro.
Okay, but my name is Alejandro. I graphic designer and communicator, and I work in my company. In my company, my company is 101 Gráfico. It's about the design, graphic design and web design. I like too much read books about the entrepreneurship and personal development. And my hobbies watch TV. Really, I love watch TV because I don't know. I don't like to outside my home. Okay. I like to walk around the city. And weekends, sometimes we go outside to eat, to lunch.
Okay.
That
Nice.
sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's very good. Okay. I really like to travel.
Cool. Then this is a very good forum for you guys for some inspiration and tips.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ana and Alejandro. You did excellent. Okay, Angela, introduce yourself, please.
Oh, hi, so my name is Angela. I am living in Santiago. I was living in Bogota, but I was born in Boyacá. I was raised in Tuna. So I've been living here around like 5 years. I'm 30 years old. I work in the finance sector. Now I'm in I used to work in the risk management team. Now I'm switching to alternative investments. So I'm really excited about it. So that's in general, I'm taking some classes to improve my English and to take the TOEFL with my brothers. So yeah,
Okay.
that will be for my side.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. Okay, Margarita, did you park your car?
Yes,
Oh,
but because I'm outside, but I I had to walk my dog
mhm.
because I can't before that forum. I'm
Okay.
sorry for that, but I'm here.
Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm Margarita Pava. I'm environmental engineer. My focus of job is climate change. I love that. I love this topic. I'm working in Ecopetrol, maybe 2.5 years ago. Before that, this job, I work in ONG or NGO, an environmental NGO for 15 years, and then well, is I'm working in Ecopetrol. I'm happiness married. I married 7 years ago, but I'm I'm with my husband 20 years. Really, it's a love time, but it's it's a good partner with me for me. I have a son, one son. His name is Emmanuel. He's 11 years. 11. He's 11 years. Uh, and I live in Bogota, and I'm from in Bogota too. Uh, at the moment, I'm alone because my husband, and my son, and my sister, and my
Niece.
niece
Yes.
is taking a holidays in Mexico,
Mhm. Okay.
and no,
No.
I'm happy to share the Laura's experience for his travel. I love travel too. Okay, no more.
Okay,
Thank you, Andres.
Margarita. Nice, nice, very nice. Okay, stay there. No, we'll be back to you. Okay. Noelia, nice to have you here. Please introduce yourself to Laura.
Okay, hi everyone. In this moment, I am in the mall. For this, I use the Max. I am Noelia Rodriguez. I live in Bogota. I work in KPMG. I am auditor. I have one daughter. Her name is Salome, and she is a student in the National University. And I like speak and listen about the trip. This is my hobby. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Noelia. Thank you very much. Okay, Emmanuel, please, since there are so many new students, why don't you introduce yourself very shortly?
Okay, I'm Emmanuel Mesa. I'm from Manizales, but I live in Bogota since 3 years ago. I work in an engineering company, and my greatest goal for this year is improve my skills. I don't know, speaking, listening English. Yes, I'm very grateful to share this time or this space with everyone, and thank you.
Sorry. Thank you, Emmanuel. Very good. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember or know, I have a daughter. She's 24 years old. Now she's going to introduce herself. And from now on, she's going to be joining us on the forums. Okay. So here is Juliana. So please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, how are you today? My name is Juliana Brescia. I am 24 years old. Previously I couldn't attend the forums because I was working even on Sundays, but I just changed my work schedule, and from today on I'm going to be accompanying you in the forums and the reading clubs. So, well, I'm very glad to be here with you today, and I hope that you enjoy the forum as we do.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Juliana. Okay, Laura. Students, Laura is a very nice girl. She is the daughter of one of my best friends, or I guess my soul brother, Ruben Darío. Some of you remember Ruben Darío, no? The one that did a very nice forum about his trips because he's been all around the world. Okay, so Laura, now she's going to make this forum. Thank you very much, Laura. So please, the forum is yours.
Thank you, Ernie, and how nice that you're joining us, Juliana. I was just about to ask about you. Hi, everyone. For those of you who haven't met me before, I'm also gonna do a very, very brief introduction of myself. My name is Laura, and I've been living in Sweden for the last 9 years. Well, actually, I moved to Sweden for 9 years ago, but then I've been living a little bit in different countries. You'll be hearing a bit about that. I'm a political scientist with a major in international relations and conflict studies, and I also have a master's in the same topic. I also did a bachelor's in international law, and I'm very, very passionate about helping minorities and making sure that we live up to human rights. And currently I'm working with environmental issues. So I was very happy to hear about your background, Margarita. That was very, very interesting to me. I'm also extremely passionate about reducing climate change. And so it was very cool to hear about that. And that's my current work as well. So Ernie, may I share my screen? I prepared a presentation.
The forum is yours.
Let's see. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Now I'm a bit ashamed that I didn't prepare a very fancy presentation since we have some design experts here with us, but I hope it's good enough. It's mainly pictures from my trip, so you guys can see a little bit of what I got to see. So yeah, I will be talking about some trips that I've made before, both to Southeast Asia and also Australia. And I thought that it could be nice to show some, just to show like the geographical location of these places, since it's so far away and it's so foreign to Colombia and so different. So here is a map of Southeast Asia, and I've actually just been in Indonesia, which is, well, all this part, and in East Timor. But East Timor is an independent country, and that's why I decided to talk about Southeast Asia as a whole and not only about Indonesia. But I haven't had the opportunity to travel to this part of Southeast Asia, which I really, really hope I can do one day, especially to Vietnam and Cambodia. I think those places might be amazing. So hopefully there will be a forum in a couple of years where I can talk about those places.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be talking first of Jakarta. I moved there in 2016, in August 2016, and I moved there because I was doing my bachelor's in political science at the university, at Stockholm University here in Sweden. And we had the opportunity to make an internship within like the program of the bachelor's that I was taking at the time. And I started applying to different embassies all over the world, Sweden's embassies, because I've always been interested in exploring further places. And I really, really wanted to get to Asia or Northern Africa or Middle East, because I really wanted to explore something that was exotic to me. And so I applied to like 50 different embassies all over those regions. And then I got an offer from the embassy in Jakarta, Indonesia, which was pretty cool. I remember telling my dad about that because my dad has been in Jakarta, and he was a bit concerned when I told him I was going to move there as a 19-year-old young lady on my own, but it went pretty well. And so this is like a picture of what you see when you Google Jakarta. I've never been to the States, but for me, it just looked like New York, or I don't know, like Singapore with all the high skies and, you know, the skylines, and it looked pretty fancy. But actually, when you get there, between all those buildings, there is lots of poverty and lots of slum regions. So it was tough to see the contrast, but it was pretty safe, which was also quite shocking to me, because I guess growing up in Cali, where there is so much insecurity, I had a bit of trauma from like seeing people in motorcycles and hitting people in motorcycles. I always thought, oh, I'm gonna get robbed. And I had that feeling with me in Jakarta, but nothing never happened. It was very safe. And I never felt insecure, even if I was walking alone in the streets where it looked to be very poor. So that was an amazing experience. And just a bit of facts about Jakarta. The city is huge. There's 10 million people living there, which is amazing because in the whole Sweden, we are 10 million people. So that's really a lot of people. And then there are 30 million people in the greater Jakarta. And this was also like very shocking to me. I remember when I just got there to the airport, the first impression that I had from the city was just getting out of the airport and having like a wave of heat because it was so hot. I think it was as hot as in Cali. But then also all the people just staring at me, and there were so many. So it was really like a shock when I came there. And I think it was some good first experiences, but it was also a bit of a cultural shock in a way. Well, Indonesia is a Muslim country. There's actually 250 million people living in Indonesia, and most of them are Muslims, which is pretty interesting because often when we think about Muslim culture and Muslim community, we think of the Middle East, but Indonesia is like the largest country with Muslim people living in. So yeah, that's just an interesting fact. But there are also people who exercise other religions. Also, Catholicism is pretty common. And something that I really, really admired from Jakarta was the tolerance between the people having different religions. And I always tell this anecdote because the main mosque in the city, it shares the parking lot with the main Catholic church, with the cathedral. And they have like the same parking lot, and here's the mosque and here's the cathedral, and you can see families coming there with their cars, and they just like greet each other and they wave to each other and they peacefully go to their respective building to exercise their religion. And for me, this was a very, very good experience to see. especially because since I've been studying all the conflicts, and many conflicts are actually based on religious conflicts. And so this was pretty cool to see how that symbol really reflected the tolerance that is professed in the country. Although there have been some problems, but I think in general there is a lot of tolerance regarding religion. On the other hand, though, it's it's considered to be very rude and almost inappropriate to not have a religion. So if you consider yourself to be an atheist or an agnosticist, that's like a very big no-no. And often people engage in religious conversations with you very early. And if you express some sort of reluctance to religion, you're just being super rude. So you always have to say that you have a religion, no matter which one, but that's just like a good tip in case someone is going to Bali at some point. That's also part of Indonesia, and it's the same culture. What else? Yeah, I found a lot of similarities to Cali in Jakarta. I think, I don't know, that's probably one of the reasons for why I love this city so much. Like most of my friends that I made at the time there, they were European, most of them actually Northern European that I got to meet through the internship in different events, and they really didn't like the city. They were complaining all the time about the traffic jam and the weather, and it was rainy and it was smelly, and there were a lot of motorcycles and there were a lot of rats and it was noisy, and I really loved that. So those were all the reasons for why I really loved the city, and it actually reminded me a lot of Cali in a way. I guess the weather was very similar, and I think it's because it's like at the same altitude. If you look at the map, it's over the line of the equator line. So the weather was very similar, and then there were like a lot of fruits that we have in Cali and in Colombia in general that I'd never seen any other place, like chirimoya, which they call dragon fruit. And yeah, it was just really cool to be so far away from home and even feel like I was at home. That was pretty cool. And in terms of lifestyle, Jakarta is really a city of contrasts, as I was saying at the beginning. You see all these luxurious skylines and you think like you're in a metropolis, very like advanced and a very big city. But then when you go in between, you realize that it's not really that way. There's a lot of poverty still. There's a lot of underdevelopment. So I guess those contrasts really make the city very interesting to me as well. And then, of course, I was an intern to the Swedish embassy, so I got to experience like all these luxurious events and go to all these meetings where I could see like that part of the city. But then I like to travel a lot, so I was traveling to small villages and like hanging out with locals. So I got to see that other side of the city as well, which was pretty cool. Yeah, so here are some pictures from Jakarta.
One question, what about the food? I mean, you said about the fruits, but the other stuff, it was like hot, because I've heard that in the southeast, it's like they really like spicy stuff. I mean, I'm scared about to go there and get like, burned.
Angela, that's a very good question. And actually, heads up, it's very easy to get food poisoning when you are in Indonesia. That's a very common issue. And the food, I thought before going there that it was going to be like Thai food. I love Thai food because it's very like saucy and all the curry and stuff. But it wasn't. It was a bit of a disappointment because it wasn't at all like Thai food. There is a lot of rice, a lot of noodles, but it's very dry. No sauce at all, it's dry. And then a lot of fried stuff, fried chicken, fried rice, fried noodles, fried fruits. They eat fried banana and fried papaya at breakfast, for instance. And then if you want to have a sauce on the side, it's always, it's called sambal. And it's so spicy that your mouth pretty much feels like it's on fire when you put it on. So you either eat very, very dry food, or you put a bit of sauce and yeah, have to handle the spiciness of it. And well, the conditions of hygiene are very low in general in the city. I was living at that area very close to the embassy, which might mean that it was like a bit of a higher standard than the normal, but it actually wasn't. And I was eating a lot of street food at the beginning, and like you could sense that it wasn't really the right thing to do, that it wasn't very appropriate, but I was fine. The other intern from the embassy, though, who is like born and raised in Sweden, the poor guy, he got salmonella. I don't know how he got it, and I didn't, because we were always eating together at the same places, but he lost 13 kilos. So watch out for chicken in Indonesia, guys, when you travel there. Yeah, and also when we got there, all the diplomats, this picture, by the way, is from the diplomats in the embassy in Jakarta, and all of them were actually new in their postings. And it was very funny because talking about tummy issues, and like like tummy issues in general, it was a very common and normal topic at the table, for instance, in diplomatic meetings, because everyone had food poisoning at some point. Actually, I think my stomach is not the same since I was in Indonesia. I had to go through a lot of analysis after that. And yeah, because I thought I had Indonesian parasites and stuff, even though I'm from Colombia. So you guys can imagine it was very harsh on my friend from Sweden who got salmonella. But yeah, so these are the diplomats, and they were like very, very nice people, not posh at all. I don't know how diplomats might be in Colombia. That might be different with the hierarchies and stuff, but the diplomats from Sweden in Indonesia, they were pretty cool, and there were no hierarchies at all. You felt like you could talk to them about anything, and we made a lot of campaigns to promote Swedish brands and Swedish values. And in this particular picture, we were promoting these backpacks, which are Swedish and they're very famous. I don't know if you guys have seen it at some point. So yeah,
They're quite expensive, right? I hear they are very expensive. So
they are very expensive, but actually they're an investment for life. They're pretty
really?
good. I have one myself, and I've had it since 2016, and it's in very good shape.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and then the picture to the right, it's from a monument in the center of Jakarta, which is called Monash, and it was a monument built to commemorate the independence of Indonesia from the Dutch colonial power, because it was a Dutch colony up to 1950, I guess, when the Dutch recognized the independence of Indonesia. Yeah, I guess there was gonna be some students from the last forum with my dad, so I added some pictures with him. He came to visit me in Jakarta, and it was so cool. We had a very, very good time. He was very happy being there with his Colombian bag, bragging about being Colombian all over, all over Jakarta. It was really cool. And the picture to the very left, that's in the area where the embassy was located, or is located still, I guess. So you can see like all the skylines, and like it's a very like metropolis kind of view. And then the picture in the middle, it's from a square in the city center, where they have like different exhibitions that are supposed to represent Indonesian culture. And these masks are very typical. They have it, it's pretty cool because they have it both like in Javanese culture, which is like the main island where Jakarta is located, but there are also masks that represent the Balinese culture, or like the culture from the different main islands. And these ones are supposed to be Javanese ones. And I find them so exotic and cool. So I really like this picture. And then the one to the right is from the mosque that I was telling you guys shares a parking lot with the cathedral. My dad and I, we went to the mosque, and yeah, it was the first time I was visiting a mosque. So it was a very, very enriching experience. To get there, be separated, like women go to one side, men to go to the other side. You have to wash your feet and wash your hands before you lay down and pray. So it was a very, very enriching experience. Yeah, and my dad was wearing that sort of skirt everywhere. It was really funny. He was walking in the city center with that. I don't know why, because nobody else does that. All right. Yeah, so I really took advantage of being in Indonesia to make as many trips as I could. So it was a very tiring time. I really don't know how I had the energy to do it, guys, because I was working very hard in the embassy and then going to these embassy events in the evenings, and on weekends I would be traveling. So it was a very intensive period, but it really was worth it. This was one of my weekend trips. We went to a volcano island called Krakatoa, or also known as Krakatau. And this island is very famous because the volcano had a massive eruption in 1883. And this was known worldwide because the ashes of this eruption covered pretty much the whole globe and affected the climate. It was crazy. It was in 1883. You guys can look it up later. And I didn't know this at the time I got there. If I had known this, I probably wouldn't have gone there because that was very scary. And we actually climbed all the way up to the volcano, which is active, as you can see, and there's like smoke coming out of it, and you can see the lava inside. So it was amazing. It was really mind-blowing. I'd never visited a volcano before, not even in Colombia. So yeah, it was very cool. And you can see here we did some diving and we did some like activities around the island. And something that is pretty cool is that after the massive eruption in 1883, there was a new island formed out of the lava that started to solidify in the sea. And that one is called Ana Krakatau, and that's the one that you see in the second picture. So that's like another volcano island, like the daughter of Krakatau. Yeah, and outside Jakarta, just like 3 hours with boat to the north, like on the way to Sumatra, which is one of the other main islands, there are hundreds of tiny, tiny, tiny islands, which are so beautiful. They're actually not as touristic as Bali, for instance, but I would say that they're much more beautiful and much more worth to visit because there are no tourists at all, and the nature is in a more virgin state than how it is in Bali now due to tourism. So that's one of my best tips if you guys want to see like raw Indonesia, Thousand Islands it's called. And one of these islands, it's really cool that they call it Thousand Islands because there's actually just hundreds of them, not thousands, but yeah, Indonesians. And so we visited one called Pulau Pari, which is the one that you can see here in the pictures. And it was so cool because we had pretty much the island for ourselves. When we got there, there was just like one group of locals and then us. And we could like really, really enjoy our time there. It felt so powerful to have a whole island for yourself. It was a very cool experience. We ate fresh fish and we did a lot of activities, hiking, swimming. It was very safe to swim here as well. And they had all these beautiful like tiny constructions like kiosks, and I really like that too. So those are the ones in the picture, and it's just 30 minutes from Jakarta. 3 hours, sorry, 3 hours. And then we have Yogyakarta, and this is one of my dad's favorite cities in the world. He really, really likes it. There's a lot of culture in this city. It's amazing. The pictures that you guys see now are from a temple called Borobudur, which is the world's largest Buddhist temple in the world. So it's an amazing place. If you guys want to see more about it, I also recommend Googling it because you can see like the whole construction. It's really mind-blowing. They have like this huge Buddha and Buddha heads all over the temple, and when you're there you can like I'm not a Buddhist myself, but I could really feel this peacefulness walking there. It's like a very heart feeling feeling in a way. I really like that place. And
Laurita,
Yeah.
Okay. It's already time to go to the next session. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ready 40 minutes. So please, students, and Laurita, let's go to the next session, to part 2. Okay. So let's go there, please. All right. See you there. Let's go to part 2.